Hi guys.
Good evening. How are you doing? How is work today? This is Stanley Benson live from BMS Studio. I wanted to have a discussion with you on issues relating to marriage and relationship. And before that, I would like to tune your spirit to this wonderful music. It's one of the hymns I love so much. It speaks so much about life when you're worried. And I just want to have a little talk with you. And have a little this song, by the grace of God, to your soul. Don't go nowhere. Let's do it together. Let's go.
I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. And then a little light from heaven filled my soul. He blessed my heart and love and wrote my name above. Then just a little talk with Jesus makes me whole. I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. And then a little light from heaven filled my soul. He blessed my heart and love and wrote my name above. Then just a little talk with Jesus makes me whole. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And then you feel a little prayer will turn it. Then you feel a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you know a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
Just a little talk with Jesus makes things right. Just a little discussion can turn things around for good. Like I said, I want to speak on issues of relationship, issues in relationship and marriage. First of all, I would like to talk to the ladies. I would like to talk to ladies about certain things, certain steps that you need to take in life in a relationship. First of all, I want to speak about the foundation. The foundation is, the powerhouse, or let me say, the backbone to every single building. Relationship is about trying to build up trust, build up confidence on someone or something that you admire so much. And once you have a solid foundation laid, definitely you're going to have a good structure. You're going to have a reliable structure in life. Be in a building, like I said, relationship is more like setting a castle for yourself. Trying to set something that you want to live in for the rest of your life. And when you build it on a faulty ground, it's bound to be a problem. And that is why I call the foundation. It matters most in every relationship, in everything you have. So my dear sisters, like I said, what is your foundation like in your relationship? Number 2, how do you project yourself in your relationship? Are you just faking out things? Are you just making everything artificial? I must confess to you, the best thing to do is to be original in everything you do. In a relationship, when you do makeup, definitely you're going to be exposed, and the end result is always very bad. Be real in everything you do. I have seen a lot of girls, a lot of ladies trying to be what they are not. Show your true color in your relationship. Definitely, if that guy is meant for you, definitely you will stay. If there are some things in your attitude that are not really okay, when they say love is blind or love covered a multitude of sin, definitely through that period of courtship and in relationship, those things can be amended, can be corrected. So always learn to be real. When you fix so many things and you see that mostly girls these days are everything about them is makeup, makeover, whatever. But that's good. But in relationship, there's certain things that you need to do. Be real. It's very important. Just learn to be real in whatever you do. If you are black, let the guy know that you are black. If you have some weakness in some areas of your life, let him know. Love can mend all of that. You can work on both of those things. Then, for a guy that you love and you want to spend the rest of your life with, try to be real with him. If there are some attitude of him, there's some character that you see in him that do not occur well to you, please spell it out to him. If there is love, definitely he's going to listen to you and you're going to live a happy home. You can change that man to be a better man, no matter the lapses. This is the area, being real in all aspects of your relationship. If the guy smokes, if the guy drinks, if the guy whatever thing that you feel you are not really comfortable with that, you can talk about it. Just a little talk. Just a little communication can change him. Because if he loves you, if he loves something, definitely you do everything to maintain that thing that you love, to keep it. So be real. Be real in the sense that speak out your mind. You know that we are in a civilized world where men dress the way they want it, the way they pleases. They do it in a form of fashion. And if there's some kind of things that you do not really like concerning his dress code, spell out to him because you want to make him a better man. Every single woman, every single lady is an Abigail. Abigail in the sense that you are a homemaker. So tell the guy the truth about himself, so that whatever thing that is not really going right with him can be amended. He can work towards that. See, every single thing is, one thing is constant in life, and that is change. He can change because of you. He can change because of your advice. The reason why you are close to him is because you want to attain, you want to check him. You want to assess him because you may not get it 100%. So when you checked on him and then you discover there are some lapses in his lifestyle, then use this opportunity, this period of courtship in relationship, and then speak to him. Just a little talk, like I said, can turn things around. Just a little talk can make things right. Do not be afraid. If I say this, it's going to throw me out. No. Even if it throw you out the first day, definitely something will speak to him and he will definitely find you because you have been special. You have been so different. You have been blunt. No, truth is always bitter, but you cannot suppress it. Do not always say, my guy is cute, he's doing this, wear earrings and do that. I am not condemning that fashion. I'm not condemning that your dress code. Because every single person is entitled to his opinion, is entitled to his actions, so whatever things you do. But now you're trying to, two people trying to become one. Then you have to be on the same wavelength. You're about to flow on the same, to be together. And definitely you have to be on the same network. So if you don't subscribe to that network, there's going to be a problem. And that problem is always dangerous. So be real, be outspoken. For a girl, do not always go through your man's answer to read messages and do whatever and check who calls and who you spoke with in your absence and all those things, because it doesn't make you mature. You may end up breaking your heart or hurting yourself by reading what you're not supposed to read. Respect privacy. This is another point. Learn to respect privacy. as a woman. You are going in there, you are not going there to take control of everything. He is a man. An African man, it's very difficult for an African man to say, I'm sorry. It is very difficult except for those who understand what relationship is that, because we live our life on each other's way. When you are, that's we live for each other. That's it, because you need me to survive. I need you to survive. Few men understand that. The ego, in the heart of mind, you say always, I am the boss. No. Please, I want you to just be yourself. Respect that privacy. Respect that privacy. Do not go through your man's phone to read messages unless he asks you to do. Do not pick his call if that call is not meant for you. Unless he asks you to do this, to do that. Then you have every right to pick the call and then say whatever someone checked on you the other day. If your guy is out, if the man is not in the house, if visitor came and happen to be a lady and say, I want to see him, give that person audience, give out every necessary attention. When your man comes back, you say, you ask a special person by name came looking for you, and this is what happened. Definitely, by that spirit of that politeness in you, the man will open up and tell you the truth. If it doesn't open up and tell you the truth the first day, do not make your face up. Or do not make him feel that something is going on. Maybe someday he's going to open up and tell you the real thing. Your attitude matters. Respect your privacy. Then also listen to your guy's conversation whenever he speaks to his family members. Whenever he's speaking to his parents, he's communicating with his parents or his brothers. If there's some iota of disrespect, of arrogancy in it, try and call him and say, I heard you talking on the phone. Was that not your parents? If you say yes, say no, that was not too good. That was too harsh of you. No, they are parents. Try and be very, polite in doing that. Be kind of diplomatic in your speech, in your action. Definitely, when he sit back on his own, he will know that you are a wife materials. These are some factors that I really want to give to you. If your guys is not, let me say, when it comes to issues of food or whatever, he starts shouting and well, some men are like that, but you will not condemn him because he shouts. But whenever a guy stresses his hand and wants to hit you, be watchful, because it's going to be a white beater. Be watchful if it continues like that, because every respect and responsible man don't resign on a woman, on a lady. Let me just put it, respect ladies in the core. If you raise hand and you feel it is because you love him and you continue to do that until when he paid your bride price and he turned you to a punching bag, that shouldn't be your portion. Just a little talk. Try to talk to him about his life, his negativity in life. Some things in his life that is not okay. Do not want to take it by force. Girls, I want to say these things because I had so many girls saying my guy's dressing doesn't matter to me, whatever. If your guy doesn't dress well, try and correct him. I don't want to bore you with too much stuff, so let's get back to the song and feel the song. God bless you as you listen. Just a little talk. Just a little discussion can make things right.
I may have doubt and fears, my eyes will fill with tears, but Jesus is a friend who watches day and night. I go to him in prayer, he knows my every care, and just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. I may have doubt and fears, my eyes will fill with tears, and Jesus is a friend who watches day and night. I go to him in prayer, and you my every day, and just a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble. He will hear hear our faintest cry, and He will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you need a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell Him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and He will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you know a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
Oh my God, have you really listened to the lyrics of that song? Just a little talk and turn things around in your life for good. Don't go nowhere. I want to speak with guys this morning. So like I said, sit back, relax and listen. Just a little talk can make your life a better one. Now let's go straight to the point. Like I said, I just talked about laying a foundation that could last a lifetime in your relationship. I spoke to the ladies about that, and I'm going to say the same thing to guys. Men, the head of the family, that's the man that you want to become right now. So I want to tell you now, foundation is very important. Foundation is very important in every structure that you want to set up in life. And so you don't gamble with it. You have to be very careful the kind of foundation you are laying down for yourself, the kind of foundation you laid for the structure you are setting. Foundation in the sense that you must be principled. Before you choose to be a man, definitely you just have to. Then you look at your lifestyle as a young guy, and then you say, no, I want to live responsible. I want to be the man. I want to be that good daddy to my kids. And then you have to mend some things even without being told. So these are the steps. Number one, like I said, is the foundation. You make a policy on what you want to do. You set your priority right. And to not gamble with your life. To not think that you are too handsome and you're rich and every girl will die for you, even with your bad attitude or things like that. It doesn't really work out that way. Set yourself a standard. Lay a foundation of good conduct and in all ramifications of life. That's number one. Number two, how do you project yourself in that relationship? How do you project yourself before that woman who loves you so much, who wants to spend the rest of her life with you? Or do you see her as a cheap? Or do you see her as a gold digger, somebody just wants to come and reap from where she did not sow? Well, if that is your mentality towards relationship, zero it, nil it, mend your way. It doesn't work that way. Don't see yourself as a god to that woman. Don't see yourself as, without you, that woman or that lady cannot survive. You have decided to, two people, you want to become one. You decide to live, they spend the rest of your life with her. So all what you need to do is that be submissive. You are the man. Be submissive. I'm not saying you are taking instruction from the woman. Be humble in your lifestyle. Do not see that to be because you're rich and you can get any woman you want in life. It doesn't go that way, my brother. When you settle down out of millions and you decide to pick a particular lady to work with, to study and to live with, then definitely there's a transformation in your lifestyle, and that influences every single part of your lifestyle. Don't project yourself as the king before her. Try and pay some attention to what she is going to tell you, because if you have a listening ear to your woman, definitely it might save your life in some issues. So do not see yourself to be over, to be the king. Yes, you are the king in your kingdom. You are the king in your empire. But do not scare people. Do not take people for granted by living a life as if you like, you stay. If you like, I have a lot of them there. Well, there are a lot of girls there, but one wife. That woman, that one you want to make a wife, is just one. And it's very difficult to trace if you missed your one. So that's number 2. Do not project yourself to be the king of a life. Number 3, please, I want you to check your lifestyle. Some guys do go through their woman handset phone to read messages and who you speak with and who you are to talk to. In my absence, who do you speak with? You try to do things like that. It's not a good attitude. It's not a good habit if you want to stay together. Every single woman out there deserves a respect from you as a man. Every single woman there deserves to be loved. Every single woman out there deserves to be pampered. I didn't say you spoil them. You show them love. At times, go beyond being a friend and then advise them as an elder brother, an elderly brother, or advise them as if she is your daughter or as if she is your sister. Give us some good advice that could make you a happy man in future. Always try to respect. Do not encroach in your privacy. I saw some guys snatching phones from your girls and CCs to view how many calls will come in, who is going to call you. That's period, and you put that woman off because you want to get married to her and you want to trust to know if she is a good girl. My dear, if that woman is, or you just take that woman there where it means something is wrong. Your woman, so many people must contest with your woman, and that's what makes you a man, the king over her. When he chooses you, when he chooses to settle with you, that makes you the king over her, or king of her life. But if you want to go and marry a girl that no man has ever talked to, definitely some of you go to the village to get a girl who wants to marry. There's a mistake that we must confess to you. What makes your wife attractive to you is also attractive to someone else. But the woman will choose the man he wishes to live, to spend the rest of her life with. The woman chooses the man out of many. You can never make choice out of one. We make choices out of many. Out of a million, you pick one girl, and that makes her queen over your life because you love and admire her. If you do not pick them out of the thousands, definitely you will not value her. So that is one of the things that you must know as a man in your relationship. Respect your woman. In your relationship, respect your our privacy. How can you say you love your girls on panties and bra and something sexy, blah, blah, blah. When it becomes your wife, then definitely you're going to have a good conduct. You can't wear this. And then they start asking you, baby, when do you start, you are telling me what to wear. I have been wearing this before long. You did not say so. Just tell her, guys, baby, I love you the way you look. I will wish you can dress something more, appropriate. Put some decorum and decency in your dress code. She will listen to you because she loves you and she wants to be a better woman for you. She will listen to you. Do not just say. Some guys are so irresponsible. Sorry to use that word. You go out with the girl who's going to be the mother of your kids. Even when you have this smoking and habits, you still smoke in front of her and throw the smoke to her face while discussing. And the woman won't want to say anything because he loves you and he don't want to hurt you. I have told ladies about that. Do not say because I want to keep the relationship, you keep me, because if you keep me, the moment you become a wife, the problem will happen. So men, stop doing that. Please, show us some respect. And also, remember that one day you're going to be a father. How will you feel if you see your daughter or your son ask you, Daddy, why are you smoking? That question is going to hit you like, hammer. It's going to hit you and you will never forget that. And I don't wish you to wait for your kids to tell you, Daddy, why are you smoking? Mommy, why are you dressed this way? Why do you dress this way, Mom? And she asks you that, she's going to hit you. So learn to be a responsible father. Start that in your relationship. Respect your woman so that you will respect your wife. Respect every single woman that comes by you, because you never know what the future holds for you. Don't see yourself to be and this and that and that. Do not listen to your wife's conversation on phone, because if you do it, you're not going to last in your entire life. You're going to have a heartbreak for no good reasons. No responsible man lays hands on a lady. When you encroach on your woman's privacy, you're prone to die young. This is not an issue of smokers are liable to die young. Even the doctors are smoking. If you want to listen to a woman's conversation, definitely you're not going to last, seriously speaking. It is so heartbreaking. It might not really be what you think it is. But something will push you to say, why will she be doing it? It should be only me. It shouldn't be only you. She is a beautiful woman. She's attracted to everybody. So only thing that makes you the winner is when you love her, because she will tell you now, my guys love you, and she will respect that. Show that love. If you become a wife beater and decide to tell the story to someone else who cares about ladies, that is when you begin to have problem. Just a little talk. Don't be too harsh. You're going to be a father. Every good father, when you're coming home, your children will run out to welcome you. But if you are that hard man, when you blow your horn at the gates, they left the parlor for you and run to their rooms. It's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so. Rule of parentage is implied here. So learn to be a good father in your relationship. Learn to be a good husband in your relationship. Show love. Care for the woman. There's no love without sacrifice. Sacrifice is one of the key things. Sacrifice and love is one of those things, the things that you must experience in relationship, and in marriage it becomes the whole thing. I know some girls do take advantage of this situation because you care and start believing that you are this, try being this now. But be a man, because that's why I said that you must be decisive in your action. But don't let it be the wrong way. If you say you don't want it, some guys can't stay without drinking and things like that. Now you're going out, your woman is at home and just came to see you. What do you do now? If you take her out, you buy whatever it is, you can go home and do it. Go home and drink it. Don't stay, because by staying there, someone else will come in. Might even come to poison your mind about the lady. Who was that lady I saw you with? I saw her with so many things. Something's happened. Try to protect your woman right from the relationship. Keep her away from too many eyes. Keep her away from too many people. Keep her away from too many of your friends. Let it be a secret. Then let me talk about dress code. You wear earrings. You do every necessary thing you feel is good for you. But you are planning to become a father. Maybe one day your daughter will ask you, Daddy, this earring meant for me? She just asked. Then you answer. But I strongly believe that African traditions is, has a base in the scripture in the Bible. So, just a little talk. It's just a little talk that can turn things around.
And then a cloud of doves may hide the light of day. The mist of sins may rise and hide the starry skies. But just a little talk with Jesus gets the way. Sometimes my words seem dread without a ray of shade. And then a cloud of light may hide the light of day. mountains may rise and hide the starry skies. And just a little talk with Jesus leads the way. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you need a little body's body. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, and you know a little fire is burning, you will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
Say sometimes my way seem dread without the ray of cheer, but Jesus is a friend who watches day and night. I love this song so much. I listen to it over and over and over again. And with this song, I strongly believe I'm going to talk to you about, something positive about your life. Now let's go into marriage proper. I want to talk about the reasons why we have a lot of troubles in marriages today. It's just 6 months after our weddings. I come to observe that most marriages are on the verge of, crashing out. This is because of, changes after, changes at home after the wedding. And this could be, linked to our wedding's issues, what we did in our wedding, the aftermath of our wedding. So the aftermath effects of our wedding, let me put it that way. You see, I come to realize that in Nigeria, in our country, in the community where we find ourselves, in the tradition where we find ourselves, that most people, couples spend months, years to plan for a wedding. Do not have a single plan for our marriages. We never thought about it. We forgot this, or let's just say we overemphasized on the spots. And this is the most important part of every man's life, a marital life. We focus on a wedding. We spend months to plan for wedding. We invest a lot of money on weddings. We want it to look colorful. We want it to be, talk of the town. We want it to be in the news. But we never thought for 1 second about marriage, how we want it to be. I want to point out one thing for you guys. Marriage is 1 day event. Wedding is 1 day event. Wedding is less than 24 hours program. And we seem to respect, we seem to, to focus on it more than anything else. We fast in the church. We do a lot of sacrifice in terms of spending and planning. We even set up a committee called the Committee of Friends who help you in planning on how to squander the money you worked for. It's really funny that I think it is an oversight, it's a mistake. So I am going to say this because I don't know, your wedding may be 3 days from now. Your wedding might be 6 months away. It might be just 2 days, but it's never too late for you. A lot of people are struggling to survive in their marriages as a result of poor planning, as a result of foundation. There was no foundation laid for the marriage. There was no pillars to guide the marriage. Wedding is just like a bachelor. Marriage is a full-grown man with kids. You understand what I mean? A lot of responsibility. A bachelor can spend the night any day, any place, anywhere. And a married man, a responsible married man, cannot spend the night outside without thinking about the family. We seem to ignore. We seem to give little or no attention to marriages, to our marriage, but we focus on wedding. I want to correct this impression, just a little talk like I said. Guys, I want you to understand one thing. When you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. The Japanese people say, joy shinai, joy kanka. Good thinking, good products. I promise you, if you think positively about your marriage, you're not going to have any regrets. I have had people after 6 months in their marriages, they are complaining that if I know this is how marriage is all about, I would have remained a single man, I would have remained a single lady all my life. It's just a kind of bondage. It is not. Marriage is the best thing that happened to any man and any woman out there. The Bible says, he that finds a wife found something good and obtained favor from God. There's a blessing in marriage. If you get married today and you are not blessed, something is wrong about your foundation. The foundation you laid was wrong. We build our marriages on false foundation, on falsehood. I speak about foundation because it is it is the pillar that keeps you. You do all your savings, your life savings, you pour them on one day's program. You invite people to come and plan for you. Now what I want you to write now, for those of you who want to get married in the next 3-4 days, I want you to run down to your expenses list. What you have drawn down, the spend. Go into that list, look at them line by line, and draw a scale of preference. If you don't want to suffer in marriage, if you don't want to regret in your marriage, go in there, pick that list. You are the boss, you are the MD, you are the admin in that case. When I say go back and do some adjustment, I didn't mean your traditional marriage. I am talking about your wedding's plans. Tradition is tradition, you must respect that. But wedding is something within your power, you can control. So go down there. How much have you budgeted for the wedding gown? If it is 500,000 or 200,000 for an average man like us, I want you to go in there and make some adjustment. Reduce it by half. Save the other money for marriage. Check your wedding ring. How much have you budgeted for it? Just reduce it by half. Check the number of canopies you have. You have booked. Check the number of chairs, the drinks, and every part of the entertainment. Which of these MC have you invited? Who did you call to be your MCs? Who do you want to be your DJs? These are the things you need to do. Go back there and cut it down. Reserve all the money that you have reduced for your marriage, and you're gonna have a happy home. Most men spend all the monies they have saved for life and borrow a lot to make a wedding a colorful one. And they ignore the idea of what is going to happen in marriage. When a guy spends all his resources on a day event and he spends 3 years to pay up, and within that 3 years the woman you got married to cannot change her clothes, topmost of sending money to his parents as usual, the blame goes to the woman. They call her an obanje, that he has a spiritual husband, that she has a spiritual husband, and that spiritual husband is responsible for all this thing that is happening around his home. It is not true. It's because you have failed to put proper things in places and in your marriage. You ignore to plan for your marriage. Instead, we focus on wedding. So these are the tips. I am just giving you a secret. I'm just giving you a way out for those of you who are about to get married in 2 days time. You are very lucky to have me, to have to listen to this program. So go back there and adjust. Draw a scale of preference. Make those things that are important. Shorten them, and then reserve the remaining part of it for your marriage. When you go in there, in wedding you have planning committees. A lot of them. You have best man, you have committee of friends, and you have people who plan it. But in your marriage, it's you and your husband. I'm talking to men right now. Go in there. Forget about what your woman wants to be, how the woman wants a wedding to be. You are the man in charge. Go in there and draw a scale of preference. It's going to help you. It's going to give you a happy married life. It's going to make you enjoy your marriage. Do not allow your marriage be the reason why so many men don't want to marry. Because men will say, if not like this marriage, I go remain the way I am. See my guy, after getting married to that woman now he's feeding from hand to mouth. It's not a good talk. It's not a good thing. You caused it because you failed to set up plans. You failed to lay the foundation for your marriage. Instead, your plan is to have a crazy wedding. And after the wedding, after the party, comes what? Sorrow. Indebtedness. A lot of people knocked on your door. Your phone doesn't stop ringing because people want you to pay up the debts of money you borrow. And the marriage becomes boring. It's not supposed to be so. Just a little talk. Talk to your woman. Talk to your woman. Go in there and adjust your list so that you can live a happy marriage life. Marriage is very sweet. Marriage is very sweet if you plan for it. If you lay down principles for your marriage, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it in abundance. Just a little discussion with your partner. Things will turn around. Just go in there, readjust the list. You are the owner of the fence. You cannot entertain every good DJ. A responsible DJ will not want to please everyone. Because by the time you play reggae, you have denied the other people who love high life the kind of what they want to. So you have to follow it by trade. You do not expect everybody to eat and do whatever. By the time you bring out that money and you bring a bullion fund to do or to share things for people, they will do it and they take it away. But your home is empty with plastic plates or whatever that you collect that they gave to you on your wedding store. And they go home with souvenirs and so many things. So my dear, plan your life, plan your marriage, set up plans for your marriage, and you're going to have a happy home. You're not going to experience any kind of hardship. Your wife will never be called names. They'll never see your wife as trouble because when your mind is not settled, you cannot have a happy home. Talk most of trying to raise a child. The rest keeps. So your mother will never be happy with your wife because you thought she is responsible for all the misfortune that you were going through. That you caused it. And wake up. Go down to that list and draw it the way it should be so that you can have peace in your marriage. So that others who never wanted to get married will run because of what they see around you, will run and get married and be responsible. And when you are in there, I don't want to talk about how your family should be, how you do this. But what I'm trying to say that the hardship and difficulties and some of the regrets we have in marriages today is because of we do not have a concrete arrangement or plans or foundation in a marriage. We never had it concerning that. We were planning wedding all through and all through. Open your eyes, go back there, do some adjustment, just a little talk. You set it right in your home. How will you feel if after wedding you get your wife a brand new car or open shops? You feel as boutique with so many good things, and she start business and her life changed for good. She changed her wardrobe and she becomes a woman that people will admire every corner. And her friends will flock around to ask, how did you do it? Please, can you get me someone? Talk to your husband. Can he introduce me to one of, so some of his friends? Can he introduce me to one of them? I just want to be like you. But when your marriage gets sucked, nobody wants to talk about you. They can only send you chats. My dear, I sympathize with you the way it is now. This is very unlike you. That's what they're going to say to you, maybe. So my guy, go back to your wedding plan before you start accusing your uncle for being responsible for your financial stress. Go back to that thing and adjust it before you start accusing your mother, because that's always the case in our own. Before you start being a slave to pastors for fasting and prayers and whatever. It all depends on you. Set your priority right, and everything is gonna be fine. You're gonna see them coming around you to ask, to seek for knowledge and wisdom. How do you get there? How will I do? I want to be like you, guy. Can you see you have changed? And they respect your wife for that. That is just the truth. By the time your marriage is good and blossom, they respect your wife. And if it gets sour, they blame your wife. They told you, guy, I told you, leave this girl. This girl is not. Check your salary, check your income, plan your wedding towards that. It is not always good to borrow and wait, because there's no gain in wedding, but there's a lot of gain in marriages. So I want you to think like a man. Do not be moved by what your friends or what your friend is. And let me tell you one important thing. No matter how small your wedding is, someone's wedding is going to be smaller than your own. It's the fact of life. No matter how big and how great your wedding party was, someone's wedding is going to be, or has been already, is greater than that of your own. So think, just a little talk, just a little reasoning can make you a happy man in your marriage. Can give you a happy home if you plan it. Set your priority right. Just a little talk with Jesus. Just a little talk with your partner can make it right.
I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. And then a little light from heaven filled my soul. He bets my heart in love and wrote my name above. And just a little time with Jesus makes me whole. I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. And then a little light from heaven filled my soul. He blessed my heart in love and wrote my name above. And just a little talk with Jesus makes me whole. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And then you feel a little prayer will turn it. Then you feel a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you know a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
Like I said before, when you speak to your friend, when you speak to your husband, when you speak to your wife, just like friend, just a little talk and don't get around. I'll give you the happy home that you ever dream more time. Let's have it once more time. Right now I'm going to speak with the mothers, the newly wedded, couple. Now the wife. I've just got to me. And for those of you girls whose wedding is just 3 days away, 2 days away, 4 months and 6 months, even a year to come, lucky you, because if you listen to this program properly, definitely you're going to save yourself all the blame, all the accusation that other women are going through presently as a result of reckless wedding plans. I want you to talk to yourself first before you talk to your partner. Like I said, no wedding is too small and no wedding is too big. No matter how big your wedding is, nobody gives you bonus for that. They can only help you holler your name and help you for some days. And after that, watch out on how you're going to live your marriage life. My dear sisters, the reason why most women suffer regret in their marriages today is because they fail to lay a foundation for their marriage. They fail to lay a foundation that will guide them in their marriages. And the consequence is really scary. The consequences is disastrous. So I wouldn't want you to come that way. I wouldn't want you to fall prey to these same circumstances. I want you, as a lady, you have a lot of friends who can squander money. You have a lot of friends who can plan for you. But in this case, it's all about you. Because when if anything goes wrong, you're going to be the one to suffer and not them. So I will advise you right now, please pick up that crazy list that you have drawn before now. One by one. Your wedding count is just for a day. You are not going to wear it to church after your wedding day. So why will you spend so much money to secure your wedding gown? Why will you spend so much money to buy your wedding ring? Go back to your drawing, go back to your list, your wedding list. What you have drawn, what you have allotted for a particular item. Go in there. I want you to cut them into two. Divide them into two. Make one. Make one for the wedding and other one for your marriage. Marriage is very important. That's why in the church, in some churches, they encourage you because they know you are going in there for the big thing. They do offering and then hand it over to the wife and say, use this one to make the first breakfast for your husband. Because they know that you are in for the real thing. This is not a game. Please, I want you to go in there. If you don't want to suffer, unless your husband or you yourself is very rich, you have no problem. You can do it any way you want it. But for those of you who want to work on the same footprints with those billionaires, I want to advise you, go in there. Cut your clothes according to your size. I want you to go in there and draw a scale of preference. I have said this before to men, and I'm going to say the same thing because both of you will stay together. Because two people cannot be the same. So in case your husband doesn't get this, you can also have this. Go in there, make your priority. Then go in and draw the scale of preference. Divide every single thing. Check for the DJ that you have invited. Check for the MCs. Check for every single side attraction that could make that event colorful. In fact, the most important, if I happen to be you, the colorful thing that you need to have in life is in marriage. You get married today, next 3 months, your husband buy you a car, or next 3 months, he shows you the shop, and you move into your own apartment. You both of you move into your own apartment. That is the swag in marriage. That is a side attraction that will bring so many of your friends to ask you, babe, how do you do this? How do you get this? Please, can you help me talk to your husband? Let him introduce us to me or whatever. So to some of his friends who are like him, I just want to be like you. Girls like that. When the going is smooth, too many people will be your friend. But when the going is tough, man, you're going to be a subject of discussion on social media. And I won't want you to be that. I won't want to see you in that condition. I don't want your mother-in-law to call you and obanje that is your spiritual husband is responsible for what you're going through. I don't want that to happen to you. Go back now. Don't do wedding of 3 million and you go home and you start drinking Gary and you start borrowing to feed. It's not a good thing. That is slavery for life. You're going to be under that slavery for a very long time. If you persuade your husband to go boring because you want to have a standard wedding, you're going to have a standard, you're going to live in standard poverty. This is not a curse. You're going to live in a standard poverty, abject. Not only feeding from hand to mouth. So I want you to go in there, check that list again, bring every single thing down in a modest way. Because what is important to you right now is your home, your marriage. When your things goes wrong in your home, you are a disappointment to that particular man. Because you're supposed to be a homemaker. Your husband doesn't go to market and price Gary and things like that. You do. So you should know how much you are expecting, so that your husband will not borrow money to give you money to buy food. Go to that list now that you have the opportunity. That is a life savings about to be wasted. That's a life savings about to be throwing party with. So I want you to go in there as a wise woman. Then draw that scale of preference and then plan ahead, because you're going to have kids. You're going to send them to school. Every single woman is an Abigail, a homemaker, a designer. It will even come to a point that your husband may not really have time to look at, even go to your kitchen. But you are the MD. You do everything even when you're working. No matter how much you have, when you squander everything and you start it all over, my dear, it's not a good sign. Marriage is very tasking. Ask every single person who is in that. It's really, really tasking. It's the best place to be. He that finds a wife finds something good and obtains favor from the Lord. You can see even promo, God's divine promo. He that finds a wife found something good and obtained favor from God. It means God is really happy when you get married. My sister, do not allow your wedding be an object of discouragement for other sisters. Just a little talk, like I said. Just a little talk will make you smile. I love this song. I want you to sing this song before we go into conclusion.
I may have doubt and fears, my eyes may fill with tears, but Jesus is a friend who watches day and night.
Can you hear this?
I go to him in prayer, he knows my every care, and just a little talk with Jesus makes him right. I may have doubt and fears, my eyes are filled with tears, and Jesus is a friend who watches day and night. I go to him in prayer, he knows my every care, and just a little talk with Jesus makes me right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And then you feel a little prayer will turn it. Then you need a little fire responding. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you know a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
My brothers, my sisters, marriage is so sweet. Marriage is blessed. It's a blessed union. When you go to this union, when you go to this institution, definitely a lot of things are about to happen. It all depends on how you come out, but this is how you plan it. The foundation matters. Cut down your excesses in terms of wedding planning. Cut down your excesses in terms of those crazy bills. The most important thing in your life is to live a happy home. And you see your ratios.
My heart seems dread without a ring of chain. And then a cloud of doubts may hide the light of day.
That's exactly what is going to happen.
The mist of sin may rise and hide the starry sky.
Hallelujah.
With just a little talk with Jesus, bless the way. Sometimes my heart seems dread without a ring of chain. And then a cloud of clouds may hide the light of day. The mist of sin may rise and hide the starry skies. And just a little talk with Jesus, bless the way. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest cry, and he will answer by and by. And when you feel a little prayer will turn it, then you know a little fire is burning. You will find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Let us tell him all about our trouble.
Yes, guys, we have come to the conclusion of this discussion. It's wonderful to talk together, and I want to believe that we have talked to ourselves, we have advised ourselves enough, and I want to believe that God is going to use this channel to bless you and turn things around in your life. Just a little talk. Thank you so very much. I love you. Stanley Benson is mine.